Hello, everyone. How are you? Hey, how you doing?
Hi, everybody.
All right.
Hi, my name is Tracy, also known as Star of Sorrow. I also am the admin for the Deaf Desktop Games Online, DTGO. Next person.
Hey, I'm Ando. Um, my name is Klazam on the Discord, and I run different role-playing games, and I'm responsible for the server. And it's nice to meet you all.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christina, and my gaming name is Nikoimi, and I am strong in the BGA, which is Board Games Arena online. Um, I really am specialize in board games. That's kind of my niche.
And hello, I'm Jenna, and that's my same name, also known as Root, and it's it's my game name, and I'm also part of this RPG team, and I also play board games as well.
That is basically a quick introduction. We wanted to talk about what we do on Discord. What are board games? What are desktop games? And all those different types of things. I've really fallen in love with it, just in a different variety of games online. And I also play board games online. You think about the games that you played growing up: Monopoly, Clue. Um, and then there's more complicated games like Gloomhaven, which there's a whole list of those in that
Yeah,
arena.
everyone knows Catan.
Yes, Catan.
Yeah.
So some of the board games that we play are available online as well through different methods like Steam, which is more of a video game, but it has board games available as well. Also, different apps on your phone, those different types of concepts. We also play part of the desktop games is trading as well, like Magic, the Gathering, MTG, or Hearthstone. And oh, there's one more. Oh, Pokemon. So those are card trading games that you really play against other teams. As well, there are desktop role playing games, which we typically will stream quite often. For example, there's Dungeons and Dragons, D&G, which class has right there. Vampire the Masquerade, VTM, and a plethora more as class.
So many more. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like thousands more. So I was just saying, and we have it's 900 games. Is that right? Officially, I think we're over 1,000. I think there's over 1,000 games. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, it shows that there's a variety of different games that you can play online and in person too, but this is going to be focused more online. I started probably in about 2020, which I'll turn it over to Nico to explain how we really started this group.
Sure.
This is Nico here again. As Tracy mentioned, 2020, we had the DBGC, which is the Deaf Board Games Convention that is typically in Texas, is where we've had it. Every year, I think we've done it for 4 or 5 years about, or maybe, yeah,
I
three
think
or
so.
four
Yeah. I
years.
think this year will be the fifth. I believe.
Yeah,
I,
I thought
I
it
could
was.
be wrong. I could be wrong.
Anyways, so we have that convention, but before the 2020 pandemic hit, we were planning on having the convention in the summertime, and COVID hit. The pandemic hit, and a lot of people didn't have work. They had to stay at home. And some people said, well, hey, why don't we do this online instead? So we decided to do this online. We shifted gears. The DBGC team is not strong online gamers, so we weren't quite sure how to do it. So they gathered some people, outside
They
people.
gathered me and all of us and all those other people. We got together, and we also got some support from Masseria, and they helped upstream. So it was hosted in Connecticut. And so a lot of people went. It was pretty good success, and on one weekend of just playing games throughout. It was amazing, and I really enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. I attended as a player, which was a lot of fun. And after that happened, it just so happened that a lot of the players were like, hey, let's just keep playing. So those who reached out for help online continued to run this program online. There were groups that wanted to do it in person, and there were groups that wanted to continue to do it online, which is why we have the desktop gaming online, DTGO, and that's how we kind of split up. So how we do it online is we typically have Zoom as our platform. It is one of our best friends
Yeah.
for RPG and for board games. Absolutely. We are heavy users of using the online system called Discord. Discord is where everybody can check in on different games that they want to join, or maybe they want to join this specific RPG game, or maybe they want to join this game. And that's the place where we all gather. What else?
So yeah, Discord. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Discord's a place where we can really gather online and talk about the different games and talk about which games we're interested in playing, those types of things. It's kind of the same concept as AOL chat back in the day, or even IRC, which was another type of chat feature. I think I'm showing my age a
That's
little bit.
old, really,
Sorry.
really old, an old thing.
This is Nico. I actually don't
Oh,
even know what that is.
we're looking to improve all those things. So what's the difference between like say like a Facebook sort of thing and Discord, and what's the benefit of Discord?
Tracy here. Well, the benefit of Discord is that you can chat online, real time chat. Plus, it is actually easier. It's easier to organize. So you can focus on specific topics, different hashtags. Nico, do you want to explain a little bit more? Yeah, Nico here. I'll explain the channels. We actually have different lists. Maybe one section will be about RPG, and they'll have under that, they'll have a list where you can sign up for games and you'll be able to look at the GM advertisements. You sign up there. There are two breakups. There's the general RPG, and then they also have the DTGO's RPG. If you wanted to sign up for that, you would sign up for that, not the regular RPG.
And according to the BGA there, yeah. Also, we have BGA, yeah, and then we have the seasonal league, and then that's run and that's continuous, and then we have different categories. So instead of where we in Facebook and we can't find everything, where do I join? So this is very clear, very visual, easy, and then you could chat within there. You can chat in there every day, and you just see. So in our community now, I think is how many are we at now? Maybe I think over 200. Yeah, so we're about over 200 now, and you guys are all welcome to join. Come on in. The more, the merrier.
Absolutely. Yeah, they would be a lot more games to run, more people, more games to run. Very exciting. So, that's basically what Discord is in a snapshot. All the information is there. You can socialize there. Even if you're just curious about what something is, you ask on Discord and we help you. We answer any of your questions. If you're not comfortable chatting in the general chat, we have staff. There's a staff of 10 who, it's not just the four of us, there are 10 of us
Yep.
where you can private message them. It's a wonderful group, to be honest with you. You feel free to ask any type of question, whether it's RPGs, board games, card games,
Life,
we are
even.
open.
We always have great discussions every day. So I really wanted to mention the streaming games. And what does that mean? So the games are running, and we're all on video. We're going back, and at the same time we send it to Twitch, and then the people can watch and for their enjoyment. And that when we know, like for you're being watched like now, so it's just like the games they watch, and so you can do the role play games and the board games, either one. So you can watch or just you kind of get an idea what it looks like. So so what's a list of the different platforms, right? What are they? You mean for live streaming? We only have stream Twitch live, but when we're done streaming, we upload it to our YouTube for storing. So if people had missed it or whatever, and they want to jump on and see past games, you can go to our YouTube page and just kind of browse that and look for different games that we've uploaded in the past. So okay, with all that, so like why are we involved in this? Maybe I could just give me your personal experience, my personal. So I grew up deaf, with a deaf family, but at the same time, I knew there were some people out there. I didn't know that other people out there had the same interests. So I'd go play card games, and I grew up playing different card games for many years, and I felt like I was always alone. I'd go to a tournament. I didn't know anyone. And I'd sit amongst the hearing people, and they'd be all talking, and I would play, and it was fine. I was good, and but I was always felt alone. So then, and with the role-playing games, I wanted so bad to get something going, but I didn't know anyone out there, and it was frustrated, but I couldn't find anything. And for years, until a few years ago, I gave up and I got married, and I was still looking for friends, and nobody knew how to play. I would pull friends in and teach them how to play, and taught myself how to play as well. And luckily, that friend knew somebody else, and they were part of the DBGC, the Deaf Board Game Conference. So I got this going. Then COVID hit, so I jumped on the online. So this is the reason why I know how to got all these contacts. So I got that DBGC, and I jumped in, and then I helped them, and so it was amazing. I found that I wasn't alone. There's so many people out there. They're always in town, or they're alone in their towns or in their homes. Didn't know anyone else. I didn't know where to start. And so we had to get this going. So the number one was the accessibility for us. So this was the foundation of DGCO. We all got together and figured it out and provide accessibility to every person who does that, what they don't have. And so the online platform was the easiest way to do it. And people can live anywhere, and I could play with different people from California, Texas, Wisconsin, here in DC, Boston, all over the place. And so when we can all meet in one place virtually, and it's a true community. I didn't have that in the past. And I have people around, of course, and people get together, but we don't, knowing each other. It's not that easy getting involved. But now since this has grown, I think it's about a year, and I think we're over 80 people now in one game, and it provides the capability for gamers, but for BGA too. And we see them very often, weekly, daily. I see the people around signing in, getting together. And so, if I was bored and want to play, or got other things, I could jump into other games. I could jump in to play with them.
Absolutely.
So now, so I'm sitting here. If I'm bored, I want to play. See, I could jump on. Hey, anybody want to play a game?
Yeah, Nico here. That happens a lot with me as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah.
Tracy here, I feel the same.
So I could text other people, hey, are you available? Let's get online. We can meet where, and then I grab a bite to eat, and, we could sit down, and we got all these people ready to play. Hey, you available now? Jump in. We can play now.
And you just log in.
And that's what's so nice about it, TG. And this is the reason we're here, and it gives a platform, at the same time teaches people. And we, knew it doesn't matter. You want to try it out, you're welcome to. You could try the different games. Maybe you like a game or you don't like that other game. You just jump around, try something else, experiment, all these different games. And this community is very open and friendly for new people.
This is Nico. I
Sure,
actually want to jump in on that,
sure.
talking about teaching people and new users, because That's actually a big reason why I joined DBGC at first, which then turned into DTGO, because a lot of the games I had never played, and a lot of my friends are not board game people, which is absolutely fine. But I'd have to find somebody who is good at that, and so I could learn it. And it took me a while to finally kind of raise that hand and say, "Hey, I want to learn." And people jumped right in and said, "Oh, I can absolutely teach you how to play this game." And it was almost overwhelming, and there are a lot of people on DTGO that maybe if you're curious about one game, typically one of us know about that game. And we are more than willing to teach you about those games. Now, RPG, there are so many different systems out there, but it is a guarantee that somebody knows that game and is willing to teach you how to play that game. Just like Ando mentioned, the community really is a wonderful, friendly, warm, inviting community. And that's the reason why I stayed and became staff, is because of the community here.
Yeah, I said someone from the community had asked the question, what are some of the games that we are really into right now? I mean,
Ooh,
there's so many of them, I guess, huh? I think for RPG, the number one popular game is probably D&D, because it's one of the most common games out there.
absolutely. Yep.
Yep,
Dungeons and Dragons.
right. And then I think the second one is in our server is most popular one is Spire.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Spire
that's a
is
lot of
the
fun.
best thing ever.
And Ando's saying, "Hey, what's can you explain DD and Spire? Maybe the differences." I'm thinking for maybe Ando, you can explain D&D and I can do Spire because that seems to be your thing and my thing, right? Okay, so Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, and then one of the original role-playing games. It's been around for over 30 years now, and it's becoming more and more popular thanks to the TV show Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It really picked up popularity since then and went up. And maybe some have heard of Critical Role, the group, the voice actors, and they play games, and that blew up too, and so it became really popular. And so they're on their third. Um, so now, so what is it all about? So let's say it's a fantasy role playing game. Um, don't you don't dragons, wizards, all that stuff like that. Um, so with that, instead of the board game, picking up pieces and moving them, and then taking turns, this is more of a role playing, more of a storytelling game. You know, with the help um, with help of dice. And so if I want to look for something, in the woods, and I see a wolf, what do we do? So next player will say, well, okay, so I'm going to kill it. And so you roll the dice and you get 15, which is a good number, and then you get a successful hit. And then the wolf tries to get back, so you roll a dice and you get a 1, and so you miss, and so you bite the tree, and so it goes back and forth and back and forth. So that's Dungeons and Dragons, that fantasy game right there. So as far as Spires, it's a little different, but the same. Yep. So the foundation is about the same. It's a fantasy, but it's more of a darker game. It's about a city that's built straight up. That's why it's called Spire. So it's not. It doesn't go out. It goes up vertically, not horizontally. So it grows up. So it's about people called drows. So they're dark characters, and they don't live a great life, hard times, and so. But the people up top of it have a different elevation. So Elfer he lives a very nice, fancy life, and parties, and does whatever he wants, and just has used all the people to do all the dirty work for us. So the players play as drows and try to defeat and beat out the other team. So it's being rebellious and it's a very flexible sort of story system. Every time you run it and play, there's always some crazy fun outcomes. It's really great. It's a great game. For example, so Nigo, so what about a different board game that's popular now?
Sure. So board games right now, they're very active. Wingspan is a very active one. It's a board game focused on birds. And basically, you try to collect birds and build eggs. You get points. It's like a point system game. And the board game has different ways to win. Now, this one is a point system, so you win by collecting points. Catan, that has gosh, that's always been around. And that's one of the oldest that we play quite often. It is a board game where you acquire, and again, it's a point system, but the more that you acquire, the more points you get in regards to acquiring roads and land, and different things like that. Now, another game that I see,
A
oh,
Ticket to Ride?
TR, yes, Ticket to Ride, TTR. Now, again, that is a point system as well. You have the train and you try to go from this town to the next town where you try to, again, you have a ticket and the ticket tells you which town you want to catch and go to. So you get points on your card when you make that route. Now, some points might only be 3 points because it's a short little route. So you get 3 points for that short little route, and that's TTR. But again, all of those board games run on Steam as well. We also have BGA, which has an absolute plethora of game. I can never spell this one. Carso.
Kerosene? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry if you're struggling trying to voice that. um,
Croissant.
Carousel is focused on a point system, but it's more based off of land acquisition as well. And that's on BGA. Now, the three that I just mentioned before that, those are heavily run on Steam. And so we rely on the internet and Steam to play those games. And that's the BGA
Sure.
side. And Tracy here, to add on to that, we have a variety of games. And that's more of kind of pushing your luck types of games that you can't stop playing. Yes, you can't stop. It's not a point
Yeah.
system, but yes, kind of. But I love that. Yes, that is deductions. That's my personal favorite. I know some players aren't fond of that, which is fine. But
Yeah, it does.
BGA
It's all over the
really
board.
has like 500 different games that are there. There are a ton of
Yeah,
games
there's plenty of
there.
options.
And I don't do numbers. But there are a lot of games. Tracy here also with the tabletop RPG games. Those aren't just fantasy based games. We also have different types of thematic games like horror games, which is our current focus this month. VTM, Vampires of the Masquerade, is like a game of personal horror. So we do have that. Plus, we also have a few others that Root typically will run. What are the other ones?
Yeah, I have Mork Bug. That's very, very dark fantasy, grimy and sort of dark. That's cool. Also, we have science fiction horror called Mother's Ship, and that's we use the abbreviation of that. So the inspiration for that game was the famous movie Alien, and that was really one of the most famous out there.
Such a great movie.
So I just wanted to take the opportunity to tell you about some of the events that are going on. We're always hosting many different things, and right now in October we're hosting a horror RPG month, where we have many different one-time gatherings and schedules for live streaming, and a lot of people sign up. And I just ran one last night actually, and
Yeah.
also this weekend I'm having one. So, and also in November we will have we're planning a GM workshop on a day on a Saturday. Just more information will be coming up in our Discord. So this is our GM is game master. It's kind of a overarching word. So that's kind of people who run these role-playing games. So this person is a person game master, and then we have players, and he kind of sets the rules and sets the story, and then the other players kind of just jump in their characters, and they're staying in that group. Yeah, that's right. And we'll be doing that next month, and then we're also going to have seasonal leagues coming up soon. And again, and that's more information to follow soon. And that's where people can sign up and play weekly for a certain amount of time. And then at the end of the season, you win, whoever wins for second or third or whatever. So yeah, so this league as prizes too. So keep your eyes open for that. Yep, that's right. And I know BGA hosts certain games that are popular games for each month. Yeah, also.
Yes, Nico here. That's more of tutorials. We do tutorials every month. So we
Yep,
take
right.
turns doing light games like Push Your Luck, or middle games, or really heavy games like Russian roulette,
Railroad.
railroad.
So if you want to join our Discord, just check out our social media account, and you can see we have this flyer ready. You can take a look at this. All right. And you join in anytime. If you have any questions or you're curious about anything, and if you want to join just to watch, feel free. We welcome all of you.
And you can lurk all you want.
We don't bite most of the time.
Most of the time.
Sometimes the vampires do, but yeah. So if there's any questions out there, or you want to add anything. Good. All right.
Wonderful.
Great. It was great. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for
It was
watching.
enjoyable to chat with all of you. Good night. Take
Have a
care.
good night. Bye, y'all.